There's fun, thrills, and excitement, and they're bursting out of the bank. The drag races are 1,000 things,
but one thing they're not is a drag.
Hello, this is George Romero. You're listening to East Coast Horror Group.
We're having a little trouble getting that opening video to start.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ew, stop.
I'll show you an opening video. My dick. Big like a bridge. Yo, dick. Look like good little kids.
There's fun, thrills, and excitement,
Come on.
and they're bursting out of the bank. The drag races are 1,000 things,
But one thing they're not is a drag.
It's really strange. It's showing that we're live, but I can't do anything with the screen. I think it's broadcasting, but just
I mean, if you just want me to go, we can
dead
just put music in
graphic.
later.
I'm trying to figure out if there's something else I can do yet to get this rolling.
Yeah, it is. I just checked on Facebook
Yeah.
because I can hear us.
Yeah, it's broadcasting. It's recording. Well, we're not
Jiggle
getting
tits.
the graphic may not change, but we can get things going, and I'll continue to try to get this working. So,
Hello, this is George Romero. You're listening to East Coast Horror Group.
Heyo! What's up, everybody? Thank you very much for joining us again here on From Dusk Till Dawn Radio. We are your hosts. That's the East Coast Horror Group, consisting of none other than me. If you don't know me, my name is Drew. And as always, with me here in Studio B, Mr. Michael Exler. What's up, Mike?
What's going on, Drew? You know,
Lacking.
Thursday we about it.
Bada-ba. the Ice Cream Man, dude. That's a throwback. Like, it might be an old 1997 banger. I don't know. Somebody check me on that. Anyway. Yeah, the Ice Cream Man. That was before Make Them Say, na 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 na.
You can make crack like that.
Oh shit. Maybe make crack like this. Dope. No Limit Records. Thank you, Dope Fiends, for your support. Anyways, we can just sing here and sing. We could just sing here. Yeah, no, we could just sit here and rap Master P for the next hour, but I don't think anyone would be entertained by that, to be honest with you. Least of all, probably Master P or Lil Bow Wow. That's his kid, right? Or is it Lil Romeo is his kid?
Lil Romeo.
Is it?
I have no idea. I'm going to be honest with you.
Lil Wayne?
Birdman. You know.
My daddy. All right.
What were they? The Young Money Millionaires or something?
Young Money, Cash Money.
Cash Money. Yeah. Started off weird. Okay, what are we talking about?
So, another week in horror
Her.
here from Dusk Till Dawn Radio. Oh, I wanted to mention to everybody, our wonderful producer, Mr. Tim Kretschmann, is here with us too. What's up, Tim?
Yeah, Tim's doing good.
I'm working on stuff, but thanks for having me here. Bye. I'm out.
See, the thing with Tim is, whenever I try to be nice and introduce Tim and say thank you, he's like, "Oh, I'm so busy, don't fucking talk to me." But in the middle of the show, he'll be like, "Oh, collector!" I'm out. Fuck you, Tim.
That is actually true, but yeah, we're having some issues here. It looks like we're going, so we should be okay.
You're going.
I'm out.
But who is in?
Me.
Anyways, now, I guess first things first, I'm the realist. That's obviously the Australian American poet, Iggy Azalea. But I wanted to talk about it again, coming in with $60 million on its second weekend.
This movie's ridiculous. It's just killing
looking to surpass, I think, The Exorcist. This is the all-time greatest domestic horror film at about 233 million. That's not adjusted for inflation.
That's a lot of money.
It is.
What you said, it's not adjusted for
that
inflation?
is not adjusted for inflation.
Damn, son. That's a lot of money.
It is. And, I mean, internationally, it brought in almost 153 million, bringing it a global total for 2 weekends at 370 million.
Well done, Pennywise.
And also made for only 40 million.
Now, here's a question that this begs to ask. Like, a lot of people are talking about piracy. Everybody's saying, "Don't steal my shit," blah blah blah.
Arr, matey, shiver me timbers.
Piracy is not a victimless crime, blah blah.
Oh, that. You wouldn't download a car, would you?
If I could, I would. But
fuck yes, I could. Download a damn Lamborghini right now. Fuck you,
3D print that shit. But everybody says, you know, everybody's downloading shit rather than paying for it. Does this show people, like, if you have a product that's worth a damn, that people will pay money to go see it?
You know, I thought that's what you were going with that, and I'm glad that you did. But yeah, I think that's exact. And it shows with Lord of the Rings. Damn it, Game of Thrones too. I mean, Game of Thrones is the most pirated show ever, and it's the most fucking successful ever. Like, it shows exactly that. Is if you put out something good, people will pay for it. I think it's just as easy as that.
Yeah.
If you keep giving us shit all the time, we're not going to go spend our money on it. We want to make sure that it's good before we spend our money on it.
No, I agree, because I plan on, when that comes out on Blu-ray, I will be adding that to my collection for sure.
We've already bought merchandise.
We have merchandising. I've got good feedback on our Spaceballs talk from last week, by the way.
Really?
Yeah. Now, I am excited to get the Pennywise pop in 2019 from FYE.
Fucking FYE, dude.
Him with his teeth all mean looking and shit.
Here's an interesting story. I went to Toys R Us. Speaking of pops, right before here because it's right by school. So I go there, I come out, and I look down. And there's a pack of empty blunt wraps in the parking lot of Toys R Us. Like,
solid.
I'm not going to judge anyone for smoking blunts, but like, you can't wait to get home from Toys R Us with your kids. You got Blaze in the parking lot. Like, no wonder Century 3 Mall is fucking closing. Anyway.
Yeah, dude, that place is this pretty sketchy area. Not gonna lie.
So, Chapter 2. When are they going to release this? Do you think they're going to try to rush it and just make more money off of it, or what do you think?
I thought they said 2019.
Did they? And who is they?
The internet.
Were you expecting this from Andy Muschietti after watching one of your favorite films of all time, Mama?
Did I ever feel what?
The director of this also directed Mama. Did you have expectations coming in because you hated Mama so much?
Oh no, I didn't even realize that the director directed that movie. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Well, they learned. So that's good. That was a good job.
Whatever you do, don't feed the kids only cherries for decades at a time.
Don't do it. It's gonna fuck them up in the head and in the tummy. But
not enough calories, damn it.
Nope. I'll stand by that burying fucking zombies. What are you, fucking stupid? No way. Shit's fucking for real. No, but Fear the Walking Dead started back up, and it's still really good, so you should watch it.
Still probably won't ever watch it. I don't even want to watch the regular Walking Dead. I don't think I won't watch the fucking spin-off.
I just think it's so much better written and overall acted.
You couldn't shit on it enough a year ago.
Dude, I completely admit that I hated the first season of Fear the Walking Dead. I thought it was fucking garbage. And they said that they were going to go on with the second season, and I was like, oh, great, that's going to be fun. So I was like, well, I have to watch it to, talk about it on the show and shit on it or whatever, because people seem to like when I do that. But as I kept watching episodes of the second season, I was like, this is a completely different show. Like, someone fired the writers of the first season and replaced them with good people, because the characters were different. The feel of the show was different. It was really weird, and it was really, really good. So the third season started, then they had their mid-season finale, and then now they're back on to the final push before The Walking Dead starts. But this season opener, dude, one of the main characters gone. See ya. Didn't even give a fuck. So,
you mean like Sean Bean?
yeah. He wasn't. The person wasn't beheaded, but they were killed, and it's just something that The Walking Dead seems to shy away from doing these days.
Didn't they kill Glenn?
Yeah, dude. But how many ancillary
and
characters
Abraham?
Have died? Dude, fuck Abraham. Nobody gave a shit about Abraham until he died. But Glenn
And Herschel?
Herschel. I miss Herschel all day. So for it to be the third season and them just fucking start out with a bang like that, I thought it was really good. Because it was essentially like the Rick character.
Ricardo.
Yeah, Ricardo. But so it's really good, and I've been enjoying this third season. And it's good. There's one character that's really, really fucking good. Can't remember his name.
Must be great then.
He always speaks in Spanish, so you have to use subtitles for this one. So,
But I speak fluent Spanish, so it's fine.
well, then you're good to go. Talking about the water at the dam, son.
Agua.
Yep. Are you allowed to say that as a ginger?
I'm allowed to speak Spanish as a ginger? Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty sure. Not even a ginger, you cocksucker.
See, you just admitted you were a ginger.
Oh my.
I just saw a preview for Exorcist, the next chapter.
Well, tell me about it.
It looks as though we've moved on from the Gina Davis storyline.
Well, you had to.
Yeah, but I guess both the priests are back, and I guess someone else gets possessed. So I enjoyed the first season, so I'll definitely check this one out to see how it fares.
I did. I liked the first season up until like maybe the last episode. But again, I think I mentioned this before on the show. But what drew me into the first season was that the excommunicated priest and the demon had a history with each other. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, we will, because I'll watch it. I enjoy it.
Yeah, I'll watch it a couple episodes, maybe two.
Maybe I'll watch them all.
So I wanted to bring up Machete again. Machete. If I'm mispronouncing that, I apologize. It's definitely Spanish.
You talking about the Danny Trejo film?
No, not Machete. I'm talking about the director of It. Again, Michael.
Oh,
Stay on point.
I'm sorry. Just
Andres
that's where my head
Machete.
goes.
It's Marciati.
Is it really?
I have no fucking idea.
Oh.
Maserati.
I'm out.
See? See what I'm like? Hey, Tim, thanks for all the great things you do. Tells me to go fuck myself. But he comes in and pronounces a Spanish name with obviously an Italian accent on it. So, thanks, Tim.
So what about Maserati? Tell me about him.
So, Andres Galarraga. Obviously, is going to get inundated with offers to direct another project. But he was quoted here in this article that what he wanted to do the most was a pet cemetery. Now, everybody wants to do Stephen King, obviously, right now. Everybody wants to do him. But no, I mean, The Dark Tower's out. It's obviously is out. They're making The Mist into a television show. Yada, yada, yada. You could really probably say that at any point in time in King's career, because he's had so many fucking books out, that there's got to be one that's being made into a movie at some point. Anyway.
Just prior to the show tonight, I looked it up, and it's about 250 movie and TV projects that Stephen King, either his novels were adapted, or he wrote the screenplay for. That's just amazing to me. 250. Can you imagine?
I wonder what his net worth is.
I don't think he's too worried at this point. Now, I
you
do
never
have
hear of him having like J.K. Rowling money or anything like that, you know?
I am wondering, did either of you guys catch The Dark Tower?
No.
I got about 15 minutes in, and I was like, "This is so fucking boring."
Oh,
I
it
love
was.
Idris Elba.
It was terrible. It was terrible. I
Kid
sat
ruined
through
it.
the
kid
whole
can't act
thing.
his way out of a paper bag,
Oh, there was nothing good. There was nothing good.
which sucks because Idris Elba is such a good actor.
I think there was a good movie somewhere. They just they avoided it. Horrible. All right, I'll let you guys get back.
Stephen King's net worth is $400 million.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
That means he still couldn't buy Lucasfilm, though.
No, but he's done pretty well for himself.
Nah, he's doing real good with his word processor alone, you know. So, all right,
I'm sure that Stephen King has moved up to a MacBook by now. But what do you think about a Pet Sematary reboot? If it's by the same person, we saw it could work for it. I had reservations, obviously. I still have reservations about Pennywise.
It's because you don't like retarded people.
Well, first of all, you can't say the R word anymore. Second of all, that's not true. Third of all, I'm just making an observation that Pennywise, and you'll see, I'm sure, here in Chapter 2 when we get a little more background on Pennywise, is that he had severe brain trauma as a child.
Well, what if he is slow? What's wrong with that?
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm simply pointing it out because no one else has.
All right, well...
I mean, in the very first 10 minutes, he's like, "Hey, Georgie, let's go to the farm. Do you have any bunnies?"
Well, he's a mentally handicapped.
Is he really doing this again, Mike? Is he really? He's making fun of the mentally ill once again?
That's not what it is.
Oh my God, that's so insensitive,
fake
Drew.
news. Fake news.
Drew, you are so insensitive.
Fake news, guys.
I will say he acted a little off, but I didn't see it as mentally handicapped. I just saw it as he was just crazy.
Nope.
But I'm okay with if he's mentally handicapped. He's okay to be that. It's all right.
I feel that like maybe he was face down the pool for too long as a child, maybe?
Could have been.
Something along those lines. Anyways, let's get back to Pet Sematary. I think it was probably my first exposure to Stephen King ever, because I think it came out right about the time where I could kind of understand a little bit of what was going on. And I mean, great story, obviously. The kid Gage, what the fuck is his name? He's been to conventions. He has like a Russian name or something, like Milo or something.
Milo Kunis. I have no idea.
Oh, that's
it's Milo Maserati.
Tim, go back to working. What an asshole.
Oh, shit.
I want to play with you, brother.
And then he slices that dude's fucking Achilles tendon. Anyway, what I'm saying was I liked it a lot. I did not really like the original It a lot. So I don't really know. I felt like there was only really, with the technology and stuff today, that it could only really go up because you're rating it R and you're doing it the way it's supposed to and you're putting the edgy stuff in there. So I think you said it too, is if any Stephen King movie deserved a remake, it was It, and I have to agree with you, and they knocked it out of the park. But would you be cool with them doing it to Pet Sematary 2 as well? Sorry, not Pet Sematary 2 with Eddie Furlong.
Eddie Furlong. I don't have a problem with them doing Pet Sematary because I think I've seen Pet Sematary once, maybe twice.
Really? Man, I can't count how many times I've watched it.
And I remember watching it being like, well, this is okay, but it never stuck with me like as it was really good. It was just kind of a throwaway movie for me. So, I mean, the story's decent. I found the.
What do you mean the story is decent? You find it. What? The best part of the movie?
It's horrible. It's the
He gets hit
stupidest
by a
little
fucking
kid.
Mack truck.
Okay, here we listen. All right, I'll unload on this movie. I don't give a fuck. Fuck this movie, dude. You have this little fucking kid on this fucking farm road, dude, and he has 17 football fields that the camera has shown until the road. And you have parents that are fucking looking somewhere else that the child is able to run 17 football fields to the road. And then you can't catch said child because it's too far away because you were looking at something else for too fucking long, and it gets hit by a truck. Listen, I have no sympathy for you, man, because you know you live next to a fucking busy road, and you know the little kid is quick, and he got fucking run over, so that's on you. And he was annoying. He was just stupid, and why again when the villain is small, like, you know, Chucky or whatever, just kick it. Just kick the fucking little kid, dude. And it'll go away. So.
No, I don't. I didn't see him as the villain, to to be honest with you.
Well, he was trying to kill you.
Right, but I mean, he turned him into that, right? Just like they did Church, just like he did his wife. The story is about what lengths would you go to save your family? What would you do to have your family together again? Kind of it's a sad story at heart. That he's just trying to hang on to his family, and the length that he goes to do it.
And I think it also is one of those tropes of films that I dislike is the parents lose a child and they have to go away in a scary house in the woods or some bullshit. I just don't really like that trope. The Changeling was good because
that's not what happened here. They moved into that house and then the kid died.
But it was still about them losing a child.
They lost the cat first, though.
I actually felt worse about the cat.
Actually, this happened shortly after Stephen King's one of his children was killed brutally.
Yeah, that's a true story.
Yeah. And some people still suspect that he was behind it.
Stop, really?
Shut the fuck up. That last part was just being a fucking idiot.
Stephen King did it. And then he wrote about it.
No, he actually, a lot of people believe he wrote this one as kind of a catharsis for a loss.
Yeah, it's probably his most personal story.
Yeah. I'm up.
Oh, still didn't do much for me.
But here's the one thing that I wasn't able to about Pet Sematary that I wasn't able to look past. If a 2-year-old gets hit by an 18-wheeler, what the fuck is there left to bury?
Nothing.
That shit's mist. It's mist. It's red mist.
You know too much about this.
Anyway, yes, I've pushed many a toddler in front of oncoming traffic in my day.
Huh.
Kinda sounds like maybe you have.
Well,
You said that was the best scene in the movie.
It was the best scene in the movie.
Yeah, kinda sounds like you don't like kids a whole lot.
What do you
It's just
Unless
Andy.
they're gingers, of course. I'm out.
That's the same kid that boys have a penis, girls have a vagina from Kindergarten Cop.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
He looks weird.
What are you talking about? He's
Looks
adorable.
like
That's why he was in everything then.
Ugh. Milo. It's bothering me that I don't remember his name.
It's
But
Milo
not that
something. I'm gonna tell you that for show.
Stop.
Anyway, so that's, I mean, really, I guess it's really just a headline for us to talk about nonsense. But I'll give this guy the benefit of the doubt for whatever until he fucks up, basically. So if he wants to redo Pet Sematary, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, dude, maybe this is his niche because I don't know if he wrote Mama or not, but that movie was shit, so maybe he should make other people's work. I don't know.
We're getting from the chat room. It's Miko Hughes.
Fuck.
Miko Hughes,
was close,
also
though.
known as Milo Minderbinder. I'm out.
Don't know what that means.
Just some shit Tim made up again.
It's actually a reference to Catch-22, but I know that's a book, so that wouldn't be on your radar.
I don't read
I'm out.
books.
Fuck is a book?
Thing you put under the table to even it out.
Oh, I do that a lot. So I don't know. It making a lot of money. What's not making a lot of money is Mother.
Mother!
Do you want to find hell with me? I can show you what it's like. But yeah, a lot of people were taking a huge shit on that movie. And,
I want to go back to Danzig for a second.
Sure.
Did you ever watch the Aqua Teen episode with Danzig where he buys the house because it's possessed and there's blood running down the wall?
Fuck yeah, dude. Fucking love that show.
And it turns out it's just Carl's pool that's the actual of the Demon Gate. Anyway, sorry about that. It's a great episode.
It is.
Like, that dude does nothing. Like, he's notoriously shut in and hates everyone. And he gets on an episode of Aqua Teen. Anyway,
Shows
Glenn-
bringing the world together.
true. I mean, Tom Savini was on an episode before.
Yeah.
Lots of strange things that you wouldn't normally think of. Anyway, so Mother, starring none other than a multiple-time Academy Award winner Jennifer Lawrence, and directed by really the kind of artsy-fartsy noir film director. I guess would be one of the kings of that after Lynch. Darren Aronofsky, who did Pie, who did Requiem for a Dream. So lots of good shit there. Requiem for a Dream is, I mean, one of the best put together movies I've probably ever seen.
I've never seen either
So.
of them.
Wait, you never saw Pie or Requiem for a Dream?
No, dude.
Wow. You never saw Requiem for a Dream?
No, it never interested me.
Ass to ass, dude.
It doesn't. What?
It's about heroin addicts.
Oh,
Drug addicts in general.
I saw that Trainspotting movie.
And there's a scene with I just lost her name now. Jennifer Connelly, where in order to get money for heroin, her and her friend do like a double strip show where they go ass to ass on a dildo, while Asian men throw money on them and laugh.
It's good stuff.
Jared Leto was also in it.
He's the Joker.
He is, or maybe not, because I guess him or DiCaprio got the nod for the next one, which I'm not a huge fan of, but whatever.
Is that for real? He's gonna be
Fake
the Joker?
news on that one.
I saw a bunch of shit where Jared Leto was like, "Fuck Leonardo DiCaprio, I'm the Joker," blah blah blah.
There is a story out there that Martin Scorsese has said that he would like to do a Joker movie with DiCaprio, but that is just him talking. There's nothing really behind it at this point. But he was just talking out of his ass, and a lot of people were like, well, then what do we do with the DC extended universe? Would this be outside the extended universe? It just became a whole thing. There is a lot of discussion, though, of letting Jared Leto go his own direction and getting another Joker in there. There's a lot of discussion of that.
I mean, Jared Leto did not give he wasn't on screen enough for me to judge how he was the Joker or not. Give him the main villain script and let's see how he does. He's a good actor.
He was so ancillary in Suicide Squad that
Right, that's what I mean. You can't tell if he was good or not.
No, it was the Will Smith show, and that's really what Suicide Squad was.
And the Harley Quinn show. What's her name now? Fuck.
Margot
Robbie.
Yeah, that was her.
Best known for being on the movie Pan Am.
Why does Scorsese want to direct a fucking superhero movie?
I think he was messing with people. Messing with people.
On start of fucking dementia. Somebody needs to get that kind of fucking home. Anyway. Like, shut the fuck up, Scorsese.
Just take him outside and shoot him.
What has he ever done with Leo that's been any good? He just puts him in all his shit. The only times he was ever good was with Tarantino as the director, or with fucking opposite Daniel Day-Lewis.
No, dude, he was
Can't
good
hold a
in
movie by himself.
Are you serious right now, or?
He was so good in The Departed.
That was Jack
Nicholson
Nicholson
I'm
and
out.
fucking Matt Damon's movie. Leonardo DiCaprio was ancillary in that role.
Nope. Disagree.
But I thought he definitely played second fiddle to Jack Nicholson and Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Anyway, this show is so far off the fucking rails by now. I don't even know where we're supposed to be. Mother with Jennifer Love Hewitt, or whatever the fuck her name is.
Jennifer Love Hewitt. Dude. A name no one has heard since I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Jennifer Lawrence. And Darren Aronofsky. That's where it was. Darren Aronofsky, Requiem for a Dream. You never saw it. I shit my pants. Okay. Now I know. I'm back on track now, Mike.
All right, good.
So, a fan of both of those. I will definitely see it. We were talking about it a little bit pre-show and about whether or not it's actually a horror movie and all this kind of stuff. And I mean, there's a lot of films that are good that I think fit into that category. Obviously, Eraserhead's the number one example, in my opinion. But I mean, you could throw other artsy movies into there, like Antichrist and like My Mother's Eyes, and there's a bunch of movies that are like that. So I don't think that is it a horror movie is necessarily a knock on the film itself.
I don't know. If you market yourself as a horror movie, then I think you should be one. That's just my thing. And you're supposed to remember where you were when you saw the movie.
Where was I? At the movie theater, I assume, right?
It's supposed to change your life. I read a lot of people said the ending just made them so mad. So
here's my thing with that. That probably a lot of people said that about Requiem for a Dream and with Ty and a lot of that kind of stuff too. Maybe the marketing should have warned people more that it's not a straight up horror film where here's your antagonist, here's your protagonist, somebody wins, the end. Neon Demon is another one that I could say that was a horror movie, but maybe not a horror movie kind of a thing. Donnie Darko is another one.
Black Swan.
Yeah, he did that too. So
okay, I did see Black Swan.
Yeah, he directed Black Swan too. So I don't know. I want to save my opinion until I actually see the movie. My immediate reaction is to be defensive, because I think that a lot of the times, and we can blame the marketing department on that, but people didn't exactly know what they were getting into, or thought they were getting into something that they weren't, and that can leave a bad taste in your mouth leaving the theater. But I'm curious to see the actual product.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say if it's good or not. I haven't seen it. I'm just saying what other people are saying, and I don't know. Honestly, the previews, it didn't have me wanting to rush to see it, so I'll definitely see it at some point. But like I said, I don't think I'm going to go to the movie theaters to see it.
Yeah, the previews for it were very obtuse, I guess I could say.
Yeah. It's a bunch of disjointed shit together.
Yeah. So. Anyway, I mean, people can cut a good trailer from anything. So again, I don't really put any salt into that at all. I just wanted. Do you remember a little movie with Jennifer Lawrence called "The House at the End of the Street"?
No, I don't.
I saw that. I saw that movie.
I actually did see it too.
Yeah,
but guess what? It made more money than Mother did its opening weekend.
Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing?
That's fucking crazy.
Because she was literally the only thing to see in that movie.
What about Javier Borman?
Well, no, I'm saying The House at the End of the Street. She was it. That was the only thing that was in that movie.
I think that they were holding on to that too, because that came out right when she won that Academy Award. And I'm like, there's no fucking way she just filmed this movie. I feel like they hung on to it.
Yeah, that was a movie that was kept off the shelves for a reason, to wait until she became... They knew she was about to become a star and get in the Hunger Games. I think Hunger Games came out too by that time. So...
And they still shit the bed on it.
They made some money. They made some money on it.
They made $7.5 million, which I doubt covers Lawrence's salary.
Maybe it did at that time. It might have.
Oh, I thought you were talking about House of. Or I thought you were
Mother lost so much money. It's funny. The marketing department is extremely aggressive on this. They came out after the weekend where they. Honestly, the marketing department should be ashamed. They had all this talent there, and they couldn't get people to come out and see the movie. They came out and they said, well, everybody says they want to see new movies and things that aren't based on other concepts, but all they do is go out and see adaptions of earlier stuff. And I'm like, woo! Somebody doesn't like. they,
Yeah,
they,
somebody's butthurt.
honestly, I had the same impression that I think Mike you were talking about one week on the show. When they say this is going to be the scariest movie you've ever seen, it goddamn better be scary. It better be really, really scary. And they were just...
You're a simpleton if you do use that fucking motto, dude. That's just setting yourself up to fail.
It's a bad choice, man.
Yeah, it is.
I don't get it. I'm out.
Do you think the fact that this dude is directing it has people like, no, I don't want to see it because they know his style?
I think that if they knew his style, that there would be more positive. You know what I mean? Because if you went to see it knowing it, I think that, I mean, at least for me, that's the reason to go see it. Besides Javier Bardem and Jennifer Lawrence, but Darren Aronofsky, I want to see him do another movie. I've liked everything he's done. So
I wish I had more info on this dude.
Go watch Pie. Go watch Requiem for a Dream.
Because really, the only reason that I watched Black Swan was because Geneva wanted to watch it,
and because Natalie Portman and Mila Kunis have a sex scene.
Yeah, I'm not even worried about Natalie Portman, but Mila Kunis, we'll just say that I watched it because of her. Yeah.
Wait a second. Let's back up. Gun to your head. You pick Mila Kunis over Natalie Portman?
All day, every day. No problem.
I don't know if I agree with that.
That's all right. You can have Natalie Portman.
Yeah, just give her to me. Anyway. But it wasn't, I mean, didn't you think that...
I think we can all agree the girls lose in this scenario.
It's true, absolutely true, 100%.
I'm out.
But, I mean, knowing nothing about Darren Aronofsky's work wasn't Black Swan. I mean, it's about being in the fucking ballet, for fuck's sake. He made that shit pretty creepy.
I mean, there was a creep factor to it. I felt it was weird. Some parts I thought it was decent. Some parts I honestly felt that it was kind of just being weird to be weird. But I didn't hate the film. I didn't say I was a big fan. I only watched it one time, so I never was like, oh, I gotta go back to that. So I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I'll give it a watch and see. But
go watch Requiem for a Dream first.
What? Dude, that movie, how old is that movie? A long time ago.
Yeah, probably 20 years by now.
Damn. I don't know. It's a long time for a movie to not be seen by me, so probably doesn't have much gravitas to it.
So I wanted to mention this too. The article... What?
I hate you.
The article that talks about Mother and Darren Aronofsky and then just the horrible beginning weekend that it had compares it to a movie called The Box, which I believe is a Richard Matheson short story.
The Box?
But, yeah.
Okay.
Adapted by Richard Kelly, who directed Donnie Darko and Southland Tales. This is pretty much what destroyed his career. I loved Donnie Darko, obviously. That was really my kind of first dance with the more artsy style of movies, I guess. Probably like maybe 18, 19 when I saw that. So, it might just be that. But his directing style was, I think, a lot like Aronofsky's. And where, he'll tell you a story, but the story is secondary to the feeling. You know what I mean?
I'm hooked on a feeling, how I'm believing. Sorry, yes, you were saying?
Kill yourself.
Listen, I didn't like Donnie Darko, so I can't defend on that.
The Box was basically, hey, you get this button. If you press it, you get $1 million, but somebody you know dies. Will you do it? kind of the unraveling of that. So I actually have that movie.
They ever give me a box like that, you guys better run far away, because that box is getting a button pushed until, oh man.
1, have you seen us? We're not running anywhere. 2, if you push
That's
the button,
true.
we're gonna die. So why would we run?
Maybe it works by proximity.
Cameron Diaz.
I hate you.
I'm out.
What's his
Cameron
name?
Diaz wasn't there. So was Cyclops.
James Marsden.
Yeah, he's also in West.
I like James Marsden.
Yeah, so it was a good cast, good director. The story obviously was good. It just went it got a little strange towards the end, and not in a good way.
What do you mean strange?
Like, it started getting kind of like, oh, we're in a different portal dimension world, like, for no reason at the end. Shit that had nothing to do with the actual storyline. So either that went in there, and a lot of it went in, and they cut a lot of it out to make it not make any sense, or they're fucking idiots. So there's your there's your 2 options. But yes, Mother the opinion is still out, but people do not like it. It's got an F on Cinema Score.
I mean, I know a lot of people like to shit on things just to shit on them, but like, there's a lot of people saying it's bad. Like, even some, like, I would think some hipsters would be coming out and saying this thing is good, but I don't see anybody defending it.
Maybe I'll be the one.
The one hipster to rule them all, Drew
I'm not it.
Seidler.
First of all, if you ever call me King Hipster again, I will kill you in your sleep. I wanted to bring up this, Mike, and we didn't talk about it pre-show. You didn't know I was going to bring it up. But did you ever watch Sabrina the Teenage Witch when you were younger?
Yeah. Of course, it was Clarissa, older and hotter.
And Melissa Joan Hart. Yes. Apparently, they've greenlit another season of Sabrina the Teenage Witch, except it's going to be like a darker story.
I saw something about that. I just caught a headline. I didn't get to read anything about
The
it.
Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
Is she going to be in it again, or someone else?
No, it's a different person. She's like 40 years old now.
It's all right. Still needs loving.
It's said to be in the vein of The Exorcist and Mike's favorite film, Rosemary's Baby.
So long and slow and boring. Sweet.
Well, I imagine it'll be a cross between AHS Coven
Ugh.
and like Supernatural, probably.
Man. Listen, I don't know. That sounds like a shitty pairing.
It does sound like a shitty pairing.
Like, here's a crap sandwich and a tomato.
I don't expect much from it, to be honest with you.
No.
But
Sounds bad.
something to revitalize the Wayback Machine, the old nostalgia train, if you will.
It sounds like what they did with the TV show with Buffy, where they tried to make it serious.
Wait, they did a non-Joss Whedon bunny? Oh my god, dude. Buffy? Buffy. For fuck's sake.
Dude, yeah, the original movie, Buffy the Vampire Slayer,
with Christy
Swanson.
Yeah, Christy Swanson and
Phoebe Harmon.
the Hitcher guy.
Yeah. So that was good. It was a comedy. It was funny. It was goofy. And
Did you not ever see Buffy the show?
Yeah, no, I never watched an episode of that.
It's funny. It's not serious.
It looked horrible.
They had a good cast too.
Nope.
Yeah.
Bad.
Did you think Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the TV series, was a drama?
Yeah, I guess I did.
Yeah, no, it's not. Oh, that reminded me of Joss Whedon, which then reminded me of J.J. Abrams, which then reminded me of J.J. Abrams is gonna direct the not episode 8 but episode 9 now. because everybody's too scared or keeps getting fired from it.
Well, I mean, he did a good job with the Force Awakens, so
AKA A New Hope, the remake.
yeah.
Also, it was good, though. I can't say that wasn't good. But it's not like he wrote this amazing screenplay. He's just like, let's, like I just said, recharge the fucking Wayback Machine and make everybody feel the feels again.
Yeah. So why does everybody keep getting fired?
I don't know.
Tim,
Probably
do you know?
because Disney's is a bunch of fucks.
Didn't he?
Didn't he? Dude, I need some fucking sleep, man. I cannot even put words together. Hey, Drew, this is all you have to do today. For an hour, try to speak English. But nope. Fuck that, dude.
Just had a stroke.
Did. I'm all stroked out and toked out.
Got my boat out.
What's that mean? What are you trying to say about that?
I don't know.
So I've heard mixed things about Leatherface. A lot of not good things, and a couple of really good things.
Well, how much were they paid to say those good things?
Well, I assume it was an independent reviewer, and not bought by the studio. Basically, their take on it was all of the stuff leading up to kind of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre was unnecessary. But once they actually got to play around in quote unquote the Texas Chainsaw Massacre sandbox and kind of play with those characters and the house and kind of what they do, that it was really good when it felt familiar. But the whole Leatherface as a child aspect, as you would assume, was nonsense.
Nonsense?
Yeah, nonsense.
Yeah, dude, it's...
Who cares about Leatherface as a kid?
I don't care at all. Leatherface is supposed to be a big, huge dude that smashes you in the face with a mallet.
Well, he's like a transvestite killer.
Yeah.
Right?
Who's mentally slow, which means you don't like him.
Well, at least they don't try to hide that shit from you, like they do in this one. Somehow they hid all that. I'm the only one that realized that Pennywise is not so wise, if you know what I mean.
You're the only one that took the blue pill. I'm proud of you, Drew.
Those have different connotations now than they did back during the Matrix time. So you should probably Google the red pill or blue pill after the show.
Why?
It's political now.
Oh. Blue pill's also Viagra. It's on the commercial. The little blue pill. Do-do-do.
I'm not sure I like you anymore. Starting today.
Starting every day.
And starting now. You're not my friend. So what else do we got to talk about, Mike?
I don't know. We covered The Exorcist.
We can talk about this announcement Days of the Dead is putting out that they're going to announce 10 guests for Atlanta here coming up.
Yeah, over, I guess they're going to start Monday, and over the couple weeks, they're going to, the first 10 that they announce have never been to Atlanta. So.
As you know, Atlanta might be my favorite venue for all the Days of the Dead shows, so I'm pumped about this.
Agreed. I like Atlanta a lot.
Yeah. Hotel's cool, the vibe is cool. It's like, I don't know what, I think Chicago's pretty far out of the city though, right? It's as far as the Days of the Dead that I know, it's the one that's most in the city, which is cool. So you can kind of walk around and do what you got to do. Touristy stuff in the city, and also experience everything the Days of the Dead has to offer.
Taste it.
Smell it. And second thought, don't smell it.
I mean, you can if you want. Dun, dun, dun.
What's up? What's going on up on the old website? Anything new?
We got the Ernie Hudson panel out, so you can go check that out since he won't be in Chicago. Go check that out, and you can watch Ernie Hudson and he's Ernie Hudson things.
One thing that I have to say about that interview. Can you guess what it is?
It's not about the crucifixion.
Yes, that is it.
But yeah, that's out there. Got a couple articles and press releases from Adam, so go check that out. So we're really having content like every day, almost every other day.
For sure.
Whether it be audio, video, or written. So got a lot of cool stuff going on the website, so go check it out. It's eastcoasthorrorgroup.com, where all the real shit is. This is just fun.
True. Also, for Dead On movie reviews, we're going to have Sandy somehow has agreed to come back on. Even though the whole Peter Cushing thing. But no, we're glad to have Sandy back. She really brings a level of professionalism and informative movie reviews, which is something that I certainly am not accustomed to.
She counteracts Tim very well.
And me. I barely know how to do a movie review. I'm like, this is kind of what happened. Here's a B.
Mostly Tim.
So, yeah. Hopefully Tim. But so that'll be fun.
Fuck you, Drew.
We're going to have. That was a blast from the past too. We're going to have returning guest. What the fuck is her name? How come I can't think of her name right now?
Tracy DeLeon.
Tracy. Why would I call her Lindsay over and over again? Sorry, Tracy.
You're a bad friend.
Yeah. Tracy's going to be back on. Hopefully, we can get Lizzie back on. Hopefully, we'll get. It's a cool rotation in here.
Yeah, we're working on Lizzie, and we do have the Meat is going to be coming onto the show. We just signed the Meat is going to come.
What does that mean?
The Meat. You don't know who the Meat is?
No fucking idea who that is.
Yeah, he's been on some of our other East Coast Horror Group shows, including Horror Realm Radio. Does that assist you?
Must be rich.
That's right. The Meat.
And Tim's the heat.
That's right.
What am I?
You and I are nothing.
Fuck it, I'm the feet, dude.
The Feet.
So you won't want to miss
I'll
the
be
next
Brexit.
episode.
I don't think you can promise that.
Mike called himself Brexit for fucking no reason. Anyway,
I want to be.
well, I hope that everyone here has been able to enjoy the show tonight, put some sort of cohesion together, and learn something and laughed. Because that's our goal here on From Dusk Till Dawn Radio, is to provide you at least some entertainment, if not a little bit of education as well. And we thank each and every one of you for continuing to listen and support us. And we definitely want to hear you and see you and taste you here next week on another episode of From Dusk Till Dawn Radio, for the cons, creeps, and culture that you can stomach. Hey, Georgie, you want to come down here and see the bunnies?
I'm Drew. I hate mentally handicapped people. I also hate kids and old people.
I do hate old people. I'll say it.
If you're mentally handicapped, you belong at the bottom of a pool. I'm Drew Seidler.
No! Fake news.
Dude, I could just
Awful.
say that I'm Drew Seidler and I can say,
No, you can't. It's not the same thing.
oh my god. This would be great. I'll just put it in quotes. And at the end,
No! All right, how it works, dude. No.
Kind of is how it works.
Greatest
No, it
day
isn't.
of my life.
You can't just make shit up and put it in quotes and say I said it.
Sure you can.
My name's Mike Exler, and I like to slaughter kittens. Yeah, it's exactly the same thing. Hate you.
We are still live. I don't know how.
Mike, don't say anything bad or racist like you usually do.
The second we get off. I am attempting to get this off the
I'm
air,
Mike
and I
Dexter,
can't.
and I'm a horrible racist. I wish all Native Americans would be burned at the stake.
Doesn't even sound like me.
It does sound a little like you.
Exactly like you. It's fucking perfect.
Because he's doing a Coach McGurk type voice.